Hey, it's been a long time now. I haven't posted in like 9 days. 2024 is gonna be in like 4 days. I don't know from how long by the time that I posted. It might already be 2024 because it takes me so long to edit. I wanted to come on here and let you guys know how I stay motivated and disciplined. Everybody has different goals and different stuff that they want to stay motivated on. For me, something I wanted to be consistent and disciplined on is YouTube, and I feel like I've been doing a good job. Like, obviously I have times where I slack. For example, this week I've been slacking, but other than that, I've still kept it going. Like, I haven't gone more than 2 weeks without posting, and I feel like that's pretty good already. These are some ways that help me and that are gonna help you, so that way you can stay like this for all of 2024 and you can get your goals done. For the first one is review your goals in the morning. I'm gonna need for you to write down your goals, and this is whether you want to write it down on a notebook or just like on the notes in your phone. That's what I do, is I write down my goals on my phone. It could be all of your future goals, any goals that you want like throughout the day or something. No, yeah, let's maybe stick to future goals. Whenever you wake up and you look at those goals, it's gonna remind you why you're getting up and doing this, why you're getting up and you're going to work. What are you working for? You're working to support your dreams, or you're working to invest in your business, or whatever is gonna help you to get the life that you want. You just always have to remember why you are doing it for and who you are doing it for. So you are doing it for yourself and for your future, or I don't know, maybe if you want to think about your kids, like just have them in mind. But once you review your goals, your mind is gonna get used to seeing those goals, and it's gonna be more easier for you to want to achieve them and envision them better. So you need to get clear with your goals as well, as specific as you can. For me, it's like I want to be at a certain amount of subscribers and a certain amount of watch hours at a certain time. So that's something that like I would write down, that way I can have it in mind. What I do in the morning as well is I look at my watch hour and my subscribers, because like it's constantly changing, you know, and I just see like where I'm at and then where I need to be. What more do I need to do to get to where I want to be, basically. And always celebrate your wins. Any little thing, whether I've gone up like 2 subscribers, that's something that I want to celebrate every day. I still get happy and I still congratulate myself. Or sometimes like I just tell my girlfriend still, like, I just got 2 more subscribers, and we're like, yay. Like, even if it's something little, like you don't have to go out and celebrate like a whole actual like party or something, but as long as you acknowledge the little things that you've done, it's gonna be way more easier for you to be able to have that welcoming and accepting mentality towards your bigger stuff. It's gonna train your mind to know that you are worth it, basically. Because I know a lot of us, like, we don't think that we are worth it for like luxury lifestyle or stuff like that. Like, you may say that you want it, but deep down you don't think that you're deserving of it, just because of how you grew up. Like, you don't grow up seeing that and stuff like that, like that type of lifestyle. But once you start like accepting more stuff that relate to that, it's gonna be easier for you to accept it, and it's gonna be easier for God to want to give it to you. Next one is use anger or excitement as motivation. Something that I like to do is well, I don't think I do this on purpose, but let's say I'm at work, like there's a lot of like time where I'm just like spaced out, and on times where I'm just spaced out, I just think about like my future life, and I think about, oh my gosh, like I'm still working, I'm still not where I want to be, and to me that gets me angry. To others, like it could get them sad, but don't get sad about it. Either get angry about it where it turns into passion, or use it as an excitement. Like, I'm not there yet, but I can't wait till I'm there, something like that. Whenever I get mad that I'm not where I'm at, then it makes me want to become more passionate. It makes me want to be like, okay, so right after work, then I need to do this, I need to do that, so I can start working toward my goals. Like, I just feel like I'm naturally like that, where it just comes to my head that I want to think about it. But if you're not, and if you have to like some time at work where you're just like daydreaming stuff, please try to remember about your goals and your dream life, and then it's gonna want to motivate you as well. Don't let it bring you down, because everybody starts from the start. Don't let it eat you up, because there are some days, honestly, where I do get really sad. The other days I'm just like, okay girl, like you have to remember that you cannot get sad about this. This is just, you know, like in the movies where like somebody is gonna become famous, and then before they become famous though, they're like a server or something. They're just living like this sad ghetto life. Like, you have to think about it like that, and that's how I think about my life. Like, I'm pretty sure there's other people that have it worse than me. Obviously I'm thankful for everything, but like when I'm at work, I'm like, this is like my backstory to my future self. That's how you have to think of it. You have to do micro goals. I think that's the name of it. But basically when you set yourself goals, so like what I was talking about, like there's long-term goals and then there's like short-term goals. So basically like those micro goals, the difference between them is one, it's gonna happen through time, and then the short-term goals, it's what you can do now. Focus on achieving those little goals. Don't focus on the big picture every single day, because you are gonna stress yourself out and you're just gonna feel like, okay, my dream life is right here and I'm barely right here. There's no way that I'm gonna get up here. Obviously you gotta do it slowly, so you gotta set goals like right here, and then to you in your brain it's gonna be like, okay, that's more achievable since I'm right here. So it's just more easier to obtain, and it's more easier for you to want to do it and accomplish those goals. For that, like an example is, okay, like I'm using my YouTube as an example of what I like to do for goals. So a micro goal for me would be to make a video today or make a video tomorrow. Like those are little goals. I'm focusing on that instead of focusing on having 30k subscribers or something. So I like to do that, is I just like to focus on the little goals, or whether it's posting, or whether I have to focus on editing, whether I have to focus on wanting to work out, like just things like that. Just focus on what you could do now, not about later, because that will come as you accomplish these small goals. Then that's what's gonna build that up. So it's basically habits. Once you start building like good habits, the small habits, it basically creates and manifests your life for the future. So everything that you do now is gonna affect your future. Whether you're having like good habits, you're going into a good route, or you're having bad habits, then you're naturally gonna go into a bad route. I just feel like that's something that you can't control it really. Well, I guess you can, because you could just decide to switch your habits. Like if you're doing bad habits, you can't control it to where it's gonna go into a good route. Whatever habit you're doing is basically what's gonna determine how your life is gonna look like in the next 5 years or whatever. If there's a time or like a day where you're feeling unproductive, you have to work 10 minutes and then for 10 minutes relax, get on your phone or whatever. This is gonna trick your brain. This is how I trick my brain whenever I'm feeling like so lazy, is I tell myself, I'm scrolling and I'm like, okay, but I need to get this stuff done, like I need to edit, and I'm just like, okay, fine, you know what, I'm just gonna edit for 10 minutes. Okay, come on now, you got 10 minutes left just doing straight work, and then afterwards you're gonna relax. I do that, and then I go back to relaxing, scrolling, and then you're gonna limit yourself on both places. So when I'm scrolling, I'm like, okay, just 10 minutes of scrolling, just scrolling, and then once the 10 minutes are over, then I'm like, I don't want to edit. Then again, just trick your brain, okay, just 10 minutes, you got this. And it might not be the best way to do it, but to me, I get so much stuff done when I think about it like that. Like there was a time where my brother-in-law, he let me borrow a book, and I was like, I'm probably not gonna be able to finish it by the deadline, because I told him to give me a week to finish it. On the day before I had to give it to him, that's how I made myself read like probably like 100 pages. Okay, I don't know how many pages I read, but I made myself read a lot to where I only had like a couple of pages left before I gave it to him. So I was almost done with the book, and I like sped through it, and that's because I was doing that. But for me, it was like a little bit more, because I also wanted to get my house in order. So I get myself 10 minutes of chores, 10 minutes of reading, and then 10 minutes of editing. Girl, oh my gosh, I was so stressed out that day. And then there was some times though where I would give myself 10 minutes of scrolling time. But guess what, I got it all done by the end of the day. That is very effective. You need to follow people who you want to be like. You need to follow people who inspire you. If you have someone in specific, look at their page when you're losing motivation. For me personally, I only follow bad bitches, and by this I don't mean girls that are good looking, obviously that too, but I'm saying I follow girls that have like this aura of like they're independent and they're just like boss bitches basically. So I mainly look for girls that are successful in the things that I want to succeed at. So if I know that a girl is successful, like she's a YouTuber and she has a lifestyle that I want to achieve in the future, I follow them. Most people would think that this is a bad idea, because I'm not there yet, right? To where like they are. Most people think that this is gonna put you down, because you are gonna be like, it's gonna cause jealousy basically and make you feel like you're not good enough. But this is all about your mentality. Yes, that can happen, but that's if you have like a weak mentality and you let it get to you. I don't let it get to me. If anything, like it makes me think they can do it, like they're human, we have the same resources basically, like we we have social media. They have the same resources as I do, so that means I could do it as well. So it's very motivating and very uplifting. And to me, like, I don't know why, but when they brag about it, it's even better. Like, they brag about all the stuff that they can do because of where they are. That's even better. I think if you hate, that's a place from you don't think that you're good enough to be like them. Only girls that don't hate know that they also can achieve that. So if you hate, it means you're insecure, and that's something that you need to work on by yourself. Me personally, I'm gonna let that inspire me, because you could choose which way it's gonna go, and I will let it inspire me every time. I like to basically like just like study a person, and not in a way where you're like trying to copy the other person, like every little move that they do. Please don't be that person. But I mean, like, study them, how they carry themselves, what type of people they're around, what type of music they listen to, what type of stuff, I don't know, like just everything. Look at all the people that are doing that are succeeding in what you want to succeed at, and then just notice what they all have in common, and then try to get like that too. Like I said, not like copying people's personalities or like, I don't know, just like weird stuff. Just try to like get a feel of the lifestyle that you want. You need to start acting right now how you're gonna be acting in the future. Like, people think that when they get what they want, like they achieve the lifestyle they want, they're just gonna be a changed person. Like, no, it takes work to get there, and it takes small habits to get there as well. People think like, okay, if I just miss out on this workout today, then like it's okay because it's just one workout. But no, because you're gonna keep doing that every single day. If you think the same thing, it's just today, then you're not gonna get nowhere. And same with your business, or same with your YouTube, or whatever you want to do. You need to review how you did at the end of the day or month. Me, I feel like I have like a bad memory, so at the end of the month I cannot do that. And look over like what I did good or wrong at the end of the month. So I like to look at the end of the day every night and just think like, was I able to do what I needed to do? If not, okay, I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow. Or it's like, okay, but I got stuff to do tomorrow, I got errands to run, then it's like, okay, I'm gonna do it at night. If I can't at night, then the next day. Like, you gotta think about your schedule, how you can fit in, make time for you to work on yourself and to work on your future. You know how I said like you need to study other girls, the ones that achieved in the stuff that you achieved at? You also need to study yourself, see what you need to work on and stuff. Like, nobody is perfect, and there's always something that you can improve on, and you have to be real with yourself on what that is. And you have to look at like numbers and stuff. So like me with my YouTube, if I see like I don't have this many watch hours, it's like, okay, then what am I doing wrong? Am I posting as much as I want to post? Can I be more consistent? You gotta be your own coach, basically, like your own teacher, if it's something that you're doing on your own. And that's where discipline comes in, and that's why a lot of people aren't able to be as disciplined, because they don't have nobody there that's like holding them accountable. But you gotta hold yourself accountable if you really want it. Like, how bad do you want it? That's something that, like, that's a quote that I will always say to myself when I don't want to do something. Just how bad do you want it, Maribel? Like, you need to get together. And with that being said, how I was just telling you right now that like you're not gonna hold yourself accountable. It's not that easy to do so. Make friends with people who want to do the same as you, so you hold each other accountable. So find someone that wants to do the same thing as you. Like, what if you do nails? Like, get yourself a friend that also does nails, so you guys can study, work together. With that, you're able to learn from others, and they're able to learn from you. Like, I feel like you can do so much with other people if you like network and stuff like that. Me, I haven't really found no one that does YouTube in my city, but that's just because like I have a small city. I don't know no one that's like in the same niche as me and stuff like that. Like, for me, I just like my channel to be for girls. I don't know, I don't want to limit myself as well, but that's just how I am right now. Okay, on to the next one. Use social media as a tool. Limit yourself for the time you spend scrolling and study on YouTube. Limit yourself on the time you spend scrolling. So this is something that I struggle on, so I'm not gonna be that rough on this, but I've noticed that lately, so I'm like a creator, right? Because like being a content creator, you have to constantly create, but lately I've just been consuming a lot of content, and I feel like I've been trying to make an excuse saying like I need to scroll to get inspiration, but really I'm just scrolling mindlessly without intention, and that's been eating me up. Like, it's been for hours too. Like, it's been so bad on TikTok, where you know that person that comes up that says, okay, like, you've been scrolling for this long, like you need to go to sleep. Yeah, that thing be popping up like twice a day, because that's how much I keep scrolling on here, and I need to stop, because that is a really bad habit. Like, just use social media as a tool. Like, if you're already on social media, you might as well be posting, you know? To use it as a tool, I also meant study on YouTube from others who have succeeded in what you want to do. So basically what I was saying, like, when you look at girls' pages that they succeeded in what you want to succeed on, same with YouTube. If you want to learn how to do nails, and I'm just thinking of like what other people people like to do. So let's say you want to be a nail tech, go on YouTube and watch day in the life of a nail tech. If you want to be a YouTuber, day in the life of a full-time YouTuber. If you want to do like, I don't know, like anything you want to do, just look up day in the life of what you want to do, and then you're just gonna get inspiration. Or they can even say tips and tricks how they got to the position that they're in, like stuff like that. But social media can do wonders now. Like we're not living in like the old days where it was just hard to find information. Like information is around us all the time now, and you can just get it from this little thing, from a phone. When you fail or mess up, remember your inspirations did as well in the beginning. I like to watch like a lot of videos on like story time. No, I don't know, like, because I don't really think there's like story times how I become a YouTuber, but I think sometimes there are, like how I became a full-time content creator or something. I like to watch what they say, and if you like listen closely, at the beginning they say that they always fail. They'll post and then they get no love or like 0 views and stuff, and it's like that for a while. Like it could be months or years till they finally get to where they want to be. So I'm just saying, like the most successful people, a lot of times when they first started doing what they're doing now and succeeded at it, they failed, and they failed badly. You know, the starter of Disney, like I remember I watched a documentary once, but this was a long time ago, so I don't remember much, but I just know that I think he went bankrupt or something, or like went into so much debt, and all of the workers that were going to be working for him just left his company. He was able to get himself back up, and look at him now. Like everybody knows what Disney is, you know. Yeah. And then I think like Amazon, the owner of Amazon, started in his garage with his friends. Like it's just the beginning of people's stories is honestly amazing to hear. So don't get discouraged. Like nobody's gonna be like the best when they first start at something. And like I said, I'm using YouTube as an example because that is something that I want to improve on and do. This is meant for anybody with anything. You're not gonna be a pro the first time that you do something, so you just gotta keep going. Like that's basically what keeps me motivated. You have to watch people's documentaries that have succeeded. Like just listen to other people's stories and you will get inspired. To me, if I watch something like that inspiring, it's gonna make me be like, okay, now I really need to take control of my life. If they can do it, like I can do it as well, you know. Just basically think like that, because nobody is gonna tell you to do like what you want to do. Like nobody's gonna be pushing you every single day. It's gonna have to be you. Yeah, it's gonna have to be you basically. So be focused on like what you watch, what you listen to, because it's very important. You could also listen to podcasts that are inspiring. Like back when I used to work at Home Depot, I used to put in my AirPods and just listen to podcasts on like, just listen to podcasts that were like inspiring and motivating. Honestly, like it's something that would keep me going, because I would feel doomed while I'm at work. I don't know if anybody else feels like this, but me personally, I feel like I'm doomed when I'm at work, or I feel like I'm in jail. Like just get me out of here. I had to listen to something so I could at least have that little piece of inspiration and motivation. For 2025, you do not want to say, oh, this is gonna be my year, when you were saying that about 2024. No, I don't want to go into 2025 with the same goals that I have for 2024. Every single year should be different goals, and it should be a little bit more improvement every year. That is what keeps me going as well. I just feel like, girl, like you're a chicken if you don't go through with what you said. Like I hate people that are all about talk and they don't do nothing. I don't want to be a hypocrite, and so whatever I say I want to do, I'm gonna do. That's why I keep it like minimal, me talking about what I want to do, and I just try to show it through my action. Keep it close to like people that you really trust. If anything, just don't say nothing at all of what you want to do, of your goals. If people ask what's your like 2024 goal, you don't have to tell them, or you could say something that's like not that big and important for you. So you could just say like, oh, working out, even if it's not that important for you, because people will have evil eye, and people will try to bring you down or tell you really think you're gonna achieve that, make you feel like that dream is out of reach for you when it's not. A stranger is more willing to support you than your family members or your friends. That's something really hard for you to accept, but that's something that I had to accept as well. Thankfully, my family supports me, but it's just like people out there that are not gonna support you, and it's most likely gonna be your friends, or like people you thought were gonna support you are not gonna support you, and that's okay. I just feel like everybody has their own life, it's whatever. But just so you know, there's a bunch of people in this world, so many people. Obviously there's gonna be people that are waiting to support you and to hear your story. All right, so I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and subscribe for more of me and for more inspiration. I hope you have a blessed 2024.